Yo, what's up? What's up, my people? What's good? What's good? Mr. Matrix for motivation and inspiration. Uh, this is very powerful video we're probably going to go over. I'm not going to be long on your life. Try not to be. But, you know, there's a lot that we need to talk about. Everybody be asking a lot of questions, so many questions. And it's like, you know, what are we supposed to do right now? What are you doing? And, like everybody's looking up the pandemic and, the kind of like frantic situation of looking around the internet trying to figure out what to do. And every time the media posts one thing about somebody that got sick or got, everybody get more scared. They go out and you're doing all these things like buying water, all the toilet paper is gone. And I fully understand, for anyone to not, react. Excuse me, I try to make sure this light is good. For anyone not to react to what's going on in the world, with this coronavirus. First, people are taking it as a joke, as we know that one of the basketball players from the Utah Jazz has he has contracted it, but he was playing like it was a joke, and he's joking about it, and they actually turned real. Yeah, this thing turned real. Like he actually got it. And I heard it, two players from Utah Jazz. Uh, what is serious? What is serious? How can we say this is serious? It's serious. It's a state of emergency. Uh, they're shutting down schools. The education right now, a lot of people are taking online, and a lot of people are leaning towards homeschooling, which is, it's a great thing. Homeschool is powerful, but like this is coming to the time where you kind of look at things and be like, remember the good old days? Like the good old days, yeah. What about them when we used to just go to the park? When we was allowed to get together with more than 10 people? Like that's crazy that these are becoming them times. And, it's kind of strange that it just happened in a short period of time. Everything just went sour, just went crazy, insane, like really fast. And a lot of people wonder what to do, where to go, what should we do, where do we begin? Is this like the end of the world? Is this apocalyptic? Is this the day after tomorrow? Is this what we're going to face? Are we going to have to walk around? Are we going to have to be contained inside of our house? Or is martial law coming? There's a lot of things coming, man. There's a lot of things that's happening right now that's leaning towards you know us having to be basically contained. So in response to everybody getting prepared and everything else, there's two things I want to look at: preparation in your house, to preparation in your heart. Because there's going to be some things I feel like is coming, and it's going to come that people are not prepared for. People are not ready for, even if you got all the food in your house and everything else. What if what if the government decided and it just turned this sour? It got crazy. I'm not saying this is coming right away, but what if the government just start dragging people out of their house? You know what I mean? Having to force people to get tested, and put them in training camps, people that are sick and people that wasn't infected, and start separating them on different parts of the world. And so would it even matter? You probably have to. I don't know if that's going to happen. But there is a lot. I mean, watch these movies. These movies is becoming like almost real. Like, all this stuff right here is movie like. You you know, um, for them to cancel the NBA, that's something like that never had happened. Like since the time they started being NBA. Like so now all of a sudden the whole NBA's canceled, and all the sports. Um, you know, Even to have a full game without nobody there cheering you on and giving you the adrenaline and the hype to dunk better, to play hockey better or anything else, even without having people there, that's kind of weird. You practice like that. You might have we get together and hoop on the weekend. But when you're doing it on a professional level, a couple $1 million a year, you're getting paid that. Things start changing now. So this is not about money no more. I mean, it is anyway. I mean, money is always going to be there because you need money to live. Money is money is what you need to survive, to buy the stuff that you need. If you're not prepared already, you could better find something to stock it up. And this is going to be the time where the internet's going to be flooded with people trying to make money online really bad, crying and looking and desperately seeking and try to find a place where they can, uh, call centers, working online, processing paperwork, anything of that sort. Anything of that information is going to most definitely, that's going to become too powerful, and it might shut. What if the founders of Google get really sick? You know what I mean? What if the people who are running this stuff like YouTube, uh, it's ran by us, but I'm pretty sure there's an engineering behind it. What if they get sick? What if YouTube shuts down? What if the internet shuts down? You know, it's you never know. These days, it's like becoming almost like wow. Like I don't know what to do next. But in preparation in your house, yeah, make sure you got the supplies. Get a deep freezer. If you don't got one, get two of them. Get two, or get two deep freezers. Fill them up with frozen meats. Make sure that you have canned goods. Spend. I would say $200 on canned goods. I'm honest with you. That's a lot of canned goods. You're saying, yeah, it's a lot of canned goods, but at least you have canned goods. You never run out of beans and rice, bro. Beans and rice is important. That's powerful, yo. It's coming to the point where if someone is a little sick, just a tiny bit, you're scared to be around them. I went to Walmart the other day and I stood in line. The lady just called once. You alright? You know what? And people say, is the question is the media hyping it all up? Of course. The media is hyping it up, of course, because people are dying. I don't care. You find out someone died from something and it can linger and it could come your way and you don't know how it's getting there. You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know who's infected with it. Yes. You want to know what the media is talking about. You want to learn and listen. If you don't, you'll be the dummy to not listen to what the media is going on, but you'll be also the dummy to let that destroy your life. You know what I mean? You got to have a balanced system of, internet socialism versus reality, having to live to take care of your bills, maybe still maintain your jobs. A lot of jobs are shutting down now. And a lot of people are struggling. I mean, struggling, I mean, it's getting to the point where, should you go out there right now and work in an open area where you help people? Listen, I'm a Christian. I don't care what no one says about me. I'm unashamed of the gospel. It's all about Jesus Christ to me in my life. Yeah, and I took it there. I don't care how you feel. I'm unashamed. People are unashamed to be the religious. People are unashamed to be atheists, whatever they want to be. You unashamed to be an alien now. You could come out with one eye on your forehead and everybody would like, hey, what's up, buddy? You know what I mean? It's coming to that. But for me, I actually, I'm at the fear of God is at the same time a delight of seeing the Bible come to pass, but at the same time wishing that it didn't have to come this way, praying it doesn't affect more people, praying for the healing, praying that God overlooks this and says, you know what, because my people cried out and people prayed so hard that they, I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to shift this atmosphere and send some healing rain, so we're looking, real Christians are praying for that. I'm a Christian. I pray for everyone. I don't care if the president or anyone else that, and the media will destroy anybody. It destroyed probably me. I don't care. You know what I mean? I couldn't do what he does, and and I know there's some ups and downs with every man. Look in the mirror and say, can you run this country? Do you have anything under your belt that you think is that you think people if they found out about, would you be ashamed of? So I think we all got something that, you know, we don't want people to kind of like open up a can of worms or something that we try to be stronger than and be, you know, conquer, to be an overcomer. But for me, I think that, you know, I'm preparing myself. If, you know, if it's my time to go, I want to go out knowing that I believe that, you know, God did not, you know, he did not turn on us to do this so that we can be, you know, sick and die just right away or nothing like that. But the fact is, if, you know, judgment comes, you know, a good parent, you know, remember when you were younger, put it this way, when you were younger, and you know you did something, they called you into the principal's office, you know that you're in trouble if they called your mom or dad. Or when your mom used to say, wait until your dad get home, that joint's scary. Like, you know, like, wow. You know you did it. You didn't wrote on the walls with the crown and it didn't come off. Now you know, they just painted the house. So all the things that you think that, you know, as a parent, that you, how you would deal with situations, God is the same parent. And, you know, he's also a righteous and holy God, merciful and graceful in various situations. And he would, I think that, you know, for this is just judgment coming to us for the things that we have turned against God with. And I just think that, you know, just don't get your house prepared. Just don't get your house prepared. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, your house prepared is for like getting food, toilet paper, and stocking up and getting canned goods. But get your heart prepared, because when you believe in something, it's hard to fall for anything. You know what I mean? You have hope. I have hope. I have hope for this country. I have hope. I pray for Italy. Yeah, you even heard the Pope is sick. I'm not even sure, man. Like, that's dangerous. That's scary. Tom Hanks. Come on, guys. Tom Hanks. That's like my dude, man. That's the power. That's the one that I really, you know, like big. Come on, Splash. Come on, Forrest Gump. Got the coronavirus. Forrest Gump got the coronavirus. What the heck? I think so much about, you know, now this is not about government. This is not about money. But they're both a part of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need the money and you need the government to do something. So this is individually where it can attack you and it could come your way, and, you know, you're trying to figure everything out. Like, what can I do? How can I deal with this? And yes, this is the subject of the world right now. So there's 3 things that I suggest you do. I suggest you do these 3 things that you should do to prepare yourself in this economical crisis. Number 1, don't invest right now in the stock market. No, that's not what number 1. But that's something that you better watch, because Dow Jones and everything in Wall Street is, wow. Billionaires are losing billions. Chinese stars are losing billions too, because it's becoming almost like since something was, you know, since it came out of China, it's kind of like they're losing business, because people think if I go to a Chinese store and just eat some Chinese food, I'm gonna catch it. Like, I doubt that, because it's just food. And, you know, the thing is, however it originated from and wherever it came from, it's almost airborne. Sad to say so. I don't think you have to go to, because look, they found it over in Africa. It's in Italy. I'm not sure if any of them have went to China. You know, do your research. Go do your research on stuff. You know, but it's all over the world right now. It's to the point where if an NBA player had got it, I don't remember. I don't know if they went to China, but, you know, I don't think that it's just like that. Some people have not been over there. There's a couple cases where people have not traveled nowhere. They just got it. Like, what the heck? You know what I'm saying? So let's get a little into the 3 things that you should do at this point in time. Number 1, yes, prepare your house. Prepare your house with things that, if you had to be in for 2 to 3 weeks, would you go hungry? That means not just canned goods, dry fruits. A lot of dry fruits. Buy dry fruits, man. spend $20 to $50 on dry fruits. You know what I mean? Like raisins, dry mangoes, stuff like that. Of course, water is going to be good, but if you have a spring, um, if you have a spring around you, a lot of people have spring, like where spring water come from. Buy a spring water bottles. Get like 10 of those. Fill it up with water and go to Lowe's, and they have these pumps that you could put inside of the spring water bottle, and you pump the water out. Now you're sitting there and you don't have to have 30 cases that you spent all this money for. You got a whole bunch of spring water. You got the water for free. You just got to probably pay for the jugs, which I'm pretty sure they're like $6 maybe. I mean, you're spending for that, but at least they're refillable. If you get some, they're refillable. You know what I mean? There you go. You got you know, you got the food stacked up. You got your canned goods. You got your water bottles. I'm telling you, the water pump. Some of them are electric, but I just get the one that you go like this. You pump it, and that's good. That's another way of doing it. Make sure that you. I don't think it's just about sanitizer. People are running because they're not survivors. When you're not a survivor, you hurry up and run to what you think like, oh, I need sanitizer, and you go to Dollar Store, ain't no sanitizer. Go to Walmart, there's no sanitizer. You can actually buy paper towels, the big ones. You can buy the big paper towels, and you can rip them up. You can rip them up. If worst come to worst, you can rip them up. The Bounty, you know what I mean? Like, all that is still tissue. Like, sometimes we're neglecting the fact we think it's all rolls, and people are even stealing from the bathrooms. They're taking tissue from the bathrooms. I can't believe this. This is where we're at. This is where we're at right now. Not even just that, make sure that if you're going to invite somebody over your house, you got to question people now. Are you sick? Have you been sick? Do you have the flu? Is anything? Because if you have kids, you don't want no one around you. Make sure your doorknob is even sanitized. Make sure your doorknob sanitized. Don't go to. You should not be around large crowds. Don't be around large crowds of people that are sick. You know what I mean? Don't be around large crowds of people that are super sick, and everybody is. They're going in and out of places, and they're coming from traveling. I was up in Mexico, and Mexico don't even have that much of the disease too. That's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you're in Mexico, God bless you, you're safe now, because the percent there is not big. It's probably the heat. You never know. I would also say that make sure that you wash your hands for 20 seconds. Make sure you wash your hands for 20 seconds. And I know I said 3 things, and I gave you like 100, but it's all twine. You know what I mean? These are necessities at home. The first one, I'm going over the things at home. You know what I mean? And so I was sitting there thinking about other things that you need. Let me figure that out. Oh yeah, wash your hands for 20 seconds to 30 seconds. All the way up here, not here, and wash it here. Right here. You see this? Y'all need this right here. Wash all the way up here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're not going out and hugging strangers and all this other stuff. There's missionaries all over the world, and people that their job is to go spread the gospel. And their job is to go and help people, and they hug people and love people regardless of the situation. But that's one. And all the other things, canned goods, paper towels, hand wash. You can make your own sanitizer actually at home if you got alcohol. And people are saying that's not even the best. They're saying just make sure that your hands are washed. But it don't hurt if you do put it together, because I don't think there's nothing wrong with creating your own sanitizer. And probably I actually might put something together and sell it, because actually people need that to feel secure. Not even just secure. What if it does work? I'm not saying that don't make sanitizer, don't have sanitizer. I'm feeling like that if you get sanitizer, it can be a help. But I don't think it's the only thing that can kill things. Antibacterial soaps are good. You know what I mean? All right, number 2. Like number two, that was 100 things. Yeah, I know. But I love y'all, so I'm giving you all I can. You know what I'm saying? It's not even enough time for me to give it to you because actually this should be a 5 hour special because so much that God has given me up here and so much of my life that I have survived off. I lived outside. I live where you don't, I have a place to live. I lived in a car. I lived in garages. I live where, you have to survive where you put your clothes and people come and steal them and it's real talk. You gotta think about your lifestyle and what you're gonna do. Most people that live outside already ain't even worried about this. They already just know like, look, I live outside anyway, so who cares? Number two, make sure make sure that you know what should be number one is your spiritual life. If you are a prayer warrior, pray hard as you ever prayed in your life. Go hard as you ever have went in your life. Don't take nothing for granted. Prayer, reading your Bible, your worship, your all that, no matter where you are in the world, this is powerful. People need prayer. Healing oil, it which therefore brings me to another situation is, should I go to church? Should I go to a congregation where anyone could have came from? Sometimes people are, oh, guest speaker, and he's I travel the world and he has it. You never know. You never know. But should you stop going to church? Or should you go to church online? Should you sit there with your family and have church? And I think that you're not, and the God's not gonna look at you and be like, oh my goodness, you just sickness hit and you decided to stay home. And I don't think it's like that. I think it's the fact is your heart pure enough that no matter where you are and what situation it is, that you know how to lift him up, because through the ups and downs, the trials, the tribulations, the fouls of life, and the worst situations that you're going through, are you still a believer? Are you still strong? Or is your faith still powerful? Are you still dealing with being able to deal with holding on, saying that God is good no matter what the crisis is? Because I see a lot of people mocking everything. They mocking the coronavirus. They're mocking God, and they're mocking themselves. They're looking at everything in a bad way, and it's a jokey way, not serious about it. And being serious is important. Being serious is something that you got to be in these times, because I make people laugh. I love to make people laugh. I love to smile. My family's happy. Uh, but in the middle of that, there also has to be a serious point where we got to say, okay, we got to lock down and get prepared and make sure that we're ready for any event that is coming, and making sure that we're on point. And our kids are good, taking care of our kids. Keeping up with the schools, what's going on with the schools. Last place that we was at, they shut down. So make sure that you're holding on to your faith. You know, you got Bibles, give out Bibles, whatever it is. Go tell people about God. Tell them what it is. If this is your calling, which it is, then you should do that. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's bad if you have Bible at home, if you have church at home, if you have church in your house. When two or more gather together, God's there in the midst. So aren't you and your wife, or you and your kids, or have somebody that you can keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. But if you do have a congregation where you want to keep going, y'all want to fellowship and be strong, you just kind of might have to change your rituals, the way y'all do when like they meet and greet. I love the meet and greet part. That's so amazing. I love that part, but I don't think that now is the time to embrace that as much. I think that you kind of should just get into the sermon, everybody clap and be happy that there is a church, and that there is a place to worship still. And what I mean, you hug people and cough, you're going to be scared. You're going to be like, I shouldn't go back, someone coughed. It's just going to get you scared. So don't get scared, and whatever it is, prevail. The last one, what I mean, I'm about to finish this up. I told you 3 things: keeping your house in order, getting your heart in order, and the last one, cherish every second, every moment, to reflect on, what is your life worth, how important you are, how important people are, and how people's feelings, their emotions, and all this. feel like, you're important. Feel like people are important. Still keep yourself up. Still keep your eyes focused. Still keep your visual on point of, because a lot of dreams and visions are being crushed right now. Stay confident. This is the last one. Like, work on yourself. Still have self improvement. Still have improvement. Um, my daughter, she's up. Sorry about that. If you hear anything, she needed to have her butt in that room. But only got a couple more minutes. I spend my time with my kids and my family. I cherish every moment. Every day I get the opportunity to say, God, I appreciate it. Thank you. You are mega. You know what I mean? But to reflect and say, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm important. I'm deeply loved. I gotta make this. I gotta be strong. I gotta overcome. It's so vital. So important in these times, in these days, that we have to hold on to not losing our composure, not losing the fact is that, we are here on earth, not losing the fact and the visual that, you got to keep moving forward. So, keep working on yourself. Keep working on yourself, man. Don't stop. Keep reading. Keep educating yourself, man. Because, one thing about God, when his people pray, he always sends you know, he always sends a healing source. He sent Jesus, you know what I'm saying? He sent in a time where Ebola and a lot of stuff was hitting, the bubonic plague before, he gave us penicillin. We didn't even know about this stuff, man. And a lot of leaves and trees that we have are healers. It kills diabetes, it kills a lot of things. The thing is with us, we gotta learn how to take care of ourselves. These are the times that we have to hold on. And this is me, Mr. Matrix, giving you the breakdown. I will be posting up, I told you, a lot of videos. I'm going to go ham now because I got a lot of things to talk about and a lot of energy to give it to you. Hoping that you can reflect on life and hoping that you can look at the bigger picture of everything and not neglect nothing and take nothing for granted. Because yes, you are a child of God, and you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And if this was my last conversation, my last talk with you, I want you to know that I love you. Somebody loves you out there. I'm praying for you. Somebody cares for you. I care for you. And I want you to know that no matter what, work on yourself, work on your business, keep moving, on your business. But sometimes you just gotta re-strategize. Sometimes when you're playing basketball, the left hand don't always work. You gotta know how to switch to the right. You gotta know how to put it through your legs. You gotta know how to make a different approach towards the rim. And this is how life is. You gotta know how to make a different approach. And these are the times to make that different approach. Get your house in order, get your heart in order, and work on yourself. You know what I mean? Mr. Matrix, aka Motivation and Inspiration. You already know that's the way I live. This is my source. This is my mind. This is my heart giving it out to you. Share. Let me know in the comments how you feel. I love you so much. Be blessed. I'm sorry if I wasn't as loud or outgoing as I usually am, but just trying to source this thing out so that we can do this together. We in this together forever. You know what I mean? Sympathize, empathize, live, grow to know, and be stronger. All right? Woo! Motivation and inspiration. Peace.